Hi everybody, Dorothy here. Today we are going to talk about the week that begins with Monday, October 7th. What's included in this week? The full moon in Aries. All week we're building to this. And when we have full moons that are in a fire sign like this one, we will all feel very energized, but in a different way. I'm going to cover that and what comes up to that full moon and how we can all use all these energies to our benefit. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me here today. Remember, nhastrologer.com. Come to my website and see all the services that I have to offer. Monday, October 7th. I want to start the day with the first aspect of the day, which is really a powerful interaction. It is Mercury in Scorpio. So when Mercury is in Scorpio, we think, feel, communicate, want to connect in a very deep emotional way. It is in opposition to Uranus in Taurus, which means some things can come to a head very quickly, very fast, and we may not have seen it coming. The only reason we don't see it coming is because Mercury in Scorpio is very private, very secretive, wants to hold things in. Sometimes things just have to burst out. Now, this can be true in your own personal life or not, or we might see it out in the public, out in TV news, whatever. There's always something dramatic happening out there. So this wouldn't be hard to prove the aspect for that day, but look at your life and think about what might be coming to the surface and an opportunity for you to get something off your chest or to really just have a really deep, important conversation with somebody. That's what the energy of Monday is all about. Moving into Tuesday, the 8th, and remember, all of these things are building towards the full moon on Sunday. So I want you to just kind of write that down, letting you know this energy is building and building and building, okay? Now, Tuesday, the 8th, Venus enters the sign of Scorpio. So she just finished her own natural sign of Libra, harmonious relationships, looking for relationships, even if they're not harmonious, we're seeking that. Now that she's in Scorpio as of 1:06 p.m. East Coast time, she is going to be ready to take that deep dive, just like Mercury has been in Scorpio for a little while, taking his deep dive through communication. Now Venus in this sign is looking to really connect in a very deep and intimate and personal way. If you've been just sort of on the fringe of connecting with somebody or on the fringe of trying to decide if you're going to commit to a contract with somebody, whatever it is, with Venus now in that sign for the next 3 weeks, it's going to be serious, it's going to be important. We really want to make that deep emotional connection and that deep commitment, all right? There's some more news about that at the end of the week, so stay tuned. I want to move on now to Wednesday. And I'm going to group these together because of the full moon. I want to get to that quickly. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. For the most part, that is the moon in the sign of Pisces. And so what we can do throughout these 3 days is really stay in alignment with your own higher self. Stay in alignment with what's important for you spiritually, intuitively, and really engage in compassion, not empathy. We don't need to go down this rabbit hole, if you will, of if somebody's really complaining. You don't need to feed that, but you can have compassion for those around you. These 3 days are really important for us to remember to do that, to really engage our compassion, to trust what we know, to trust our intuition, to trust our higher self, and to do those things that are really comfortable for you, right? Whatever makes you feel good, whatever, whether it's, getting on the couch at night finally after a busy day and just making sure you take that extra time to decompress, to feel comfortable. Sometimes with this moon in the sign of Pisces, though, people will escape through drugs, alcohol, or just, kind of get lost in a book or lost in TV. Everybody has a different choice. However you want to do this, you do it. I like quiet and I like to just do meditations or listen to inspirational stuff. I do barely any TV, and that is the way I choose to use those things. You decide, whatever's good for you. All right, I can't tell you that. So that's what we have for, what were the dates? Yes, Wednesday the 9th, Thursday the 10th, and Friday the 11th. Now, all of this as well is written on my website, on my written blog, okay? So the link is below if you're on YouTube, and there's a little click up here too. So you can go read that forecast. You can also join my email newsletter. I send it out once a week with that forecast, the link to where this is, and the link to all the other specials and things that I have to offer. And that is on my newsletter, right on my website, nhastrologer.com. Just go and sign up for my newsletter. You can unsubscribe if it's not what you think you want after you check it out. Now, big news, the full moon on Sunday the 13th, and that's at 5:08 p.m. East Coast time. But before that, we do have the moon moving into the sign of Aries Saturday morning, right? And on East Coast, it is Friday night, West Coast. The thing is, as the moon is now in the sign of Aries and coming as a waxing moon, we are very, very action oriented. Whenever we feel like something emotional is happening, we want to do something. This puts a lot of anger in people who are not conscious enough to recognize that that's happening within them. Now, I'll tell you more about that in a second, but simultaneously throughout the day, we have Venus in Scorpio is now coming to an opposition to Uranus in Taurus, just like Mercury did on Monday. And so that happens 6 p.m. at night, 6 p.m. East Coast. That's the exact aspect, so we're feeling it all day. So Venus in Scorpio, where we're, again, I'll repeat myself, taking this deep dive into what I love, what I value, and those deep connections that I want with somebody else. Opposite Uranus, sometimes that can cause a sudden break and shift in a relationship. It can also create a sudden awareness. Sudden because Uranus is about sudden. It's about freedom and it's about independence. But it's also about unique environments and creating a new environment and creating something different. So this opposition between Venus and Uranus can suddenly break things up in a relationship or a partnership that's important to you. It can break it up because something needs to shift. It can also help you to bring things back together in a whole new, unique, and different way. Oppositions are not all bad. It is about separation or an awareness of what is opposite you, and it's an opportunity to integrate that information and integrate those energies back together. I hope that makes sense. All this is happening while the moon is in Aries, coming to that full peak on Sunday. There you go, 6:08 p.m. East Coast time. So when we have that, and it's at 20 degrees of Aries, that means the sun is at 20 Libra. What happens with this is, again, it creates a sense of awareness as to who we are in a relationship. Am I getting my needs met? Does my partner get what my partner needs from me? And even if this isn't a love relationship, you can just look at any partnership, business, anything, best friends. How is that working together? Now, the kicker with this full moon in Aries, again, action-oriented, is it's squaring Pluto. Pluto is actually, moon and sun are here, and Pluto is actually at a 90-degree angle, one way or the other, I don't care, in Capricorn. So if you have something around 20 degrees of Cancer, then this is going to create a grand cross in the cardinal signs, and it's all about the final straw. The final straw meaning there are times when things just pile up and pile up and pile up, and we just need the universe to give us a push forward. And this is that push. And with Pluto involved, this gives us that opportunity to make this a very deep and important change. Pluto's been stationed at 20 degrees of Capricorn for quite a long time now. He's finally moving forward, but not fast. He's so far from here. It doesn't look like he's moving at all. And then, another few months, Saturn will reach this point. So the point is, I'm saying that word a lot. The point here is like, if you're feeling the need to take action in a relationship, now's the time to integrate things and bring them together. Because especially this is a once-a-year opposition between, it's a twice-a-year actually, because the sun and the moon flip spaces 6 months from now. So when we have this energy, it's about looking at those relationships and partnerships. And even if, and I can hear people say, well, I'm not in a relationship. Well, I want you to look at your most important friendships, because those are relationships too. Your best girlfriend, your best guy friend, however that is, those are important. So use all of this information in your own life in how you see fit. And if you need someone to decipher it for you, just for you, because natal information, where these things play out in our natal chart will add more information. That's what astrologers are for. So if you need a professional, right here, you got me. You got my number. So I'm going to leave you with that. And please come and check out all the things I have to offer. My Patreon page, free written forecasts, lots and lots of great goodies and classes and online things for you right on my website. And I will see you again soon. And please comment, like, and share. Blessings and namaste.